Hey guys, Chuck with RV Tech Tips. We got a little plumbing issue we got to take care of. I put in a new water heater, and when I was hooking up the fittings and putting water to it, started getting a drip out of one of the fittings. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So here's the new water heater, and at the cold inlet right here, this fitting is just dripping. It's probably because this spud here is longer than the original one, so this angle of this fitting is just causing a little bit of a leak. So what I want to do is just cut the line right here and put a new fitting right there, but I don't know if I have enough room to do that. So if not, I'm going to have to just cut it here and just replumb all of this. So stay tuned, let's see what we're going to have to do here. Alright, so my plan of just replacing the fittings is not going to work because I don't have enough water line to cut it and then put my fitting on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some Flair-it fittings, and these are really nice because you just pull off the nut, slip the nut over the new line, and then press the fitting in, then tighten the nut back up. So they're pretty simple to work with. So I got the inlet and outlet out, so we're gonna put these Flair-its in. So we're gonna replace those with these here. I'll wrench them on here in a second. You got to be careful with these because they're just plastic, so you don't want to wrench them too hard or they'll break. And then you'll have a major problem getting the broken fitting out of the tank. So once we get those on, we'll go back here, cut these valves out, and put in new ones. Okay, our new fittings are in. These are hot. There's our cold. So now we're just going to cut the lines. Got a nice tubing cutter here, so we'll just cut it right here. You want to make sure you get a good straight cut. So now what we got to do is basically recreate this with Flair-it fittings. So I've got a tubing spreader. This isn't really necessary, but it helps a lot. Just slide it into the tube and then open it up, and it spreads that tube out so you can get the fitting on really easily. So basically, let's start over here. Get the camera set up. So first slide the nut over the tube. And we're going to spread that out a little bit. Then I got a T. See with that spread open or spread out, this slides right on there easily. You can just force it by hand, but it's a lot easier with the spreader. Tighten down the fitting. It's going to go like this, so do the same on the bottom side. basically on top of each other like this, so just cut us a short piece here. Put our valve, our winterized bypass valve. Spread it. These are nice because it's hand tight, it's tight enough. Those never leak. And I think I got this on too long, so I'm gonna cut it. And I'm kind of just eyeballing it because it's pretty flexible, so as long as we're close, we're good. Now we just need a really short piece to go from here to here. Okay. So we got a little tiny short piece to go from here to here. I cut this one a little long, so that's why I got a really short one here. But that's okay. Yep, just like that. Product here. So we cut the line here, added a T, our bypass valve, same thing on the bottom, and then these T's are your shut off for the water. So when we winterize, we'll close that one, close the bottom one, open the middle one. That way when you pump antifreeze through here, it will go through the cold, through this bypass, and out, and not into the water heater itself. But yeah, all we got to do now is tighten up each fitting, hook water up, and make sure it's not leaking. Alright, so we're all done. We got water turned back on, the water heater's filled. I'm not seeing any leaks out of any of these fittings. These are my favorite fittings because once you get them tight, these things never leak. Even if they freeze up, like these don't snap. The line will snap if it freezes, but I've never seen one of these break. I've never had to replace one. So that's why I like those the best. A lot of them have these snap-on fittings, which they tend to leak over time. And then if, like in this instance, we had to replace all of this because of one leak, because we couldn't cut into any of this to tap into it. So I'm not a fan of these, but I definitely recommend the Flair-it fittings. But yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll keep putting out some good tech videos.